Good morning, Mel. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving a fucking anus swings with that prime sub. I appreciate you. Oh my god, it is Birthmas Eve. I'm so glad I don't have your birthday off. That would have been sad. I hate when shit lines up that way. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Tuesday. I missed you yesterday. Yesterday was the first day I've had like any amount of energy at all, and I cleaned my whole house, and it just feels so good. I cannot tell you how fucking good it feels to have a fucking clean house. I cannot, I didn't normally I clean constantly. Like normally I vacuum at least once a day. Like I'm constantly cleaning just because I have the energy to, and I have dogs, so my house is dirty. But this COVID shit has kicked my ass so hard. I've physically had exactly Jesus Christ, browser, not today. I've had exactly zero energy to do anything. So yesterday I was like, man, the floors, I just got to do it. And I did it. And I did all my laundry, like every single piece of clothes except what I'm wearing right now are clean. It just felt so good. The floors are so clean. You could lick my baseboards right now, is all I'm saying. Like, actually, I bleached them. It's so nice. But man, now I'm tired, but yeah, that felt good. Fuck, dude. I can't, it's wild. Just the daily activities that go away when you have exactly zero energy to do anything. I want to bathe. The food's still there. Can you hear it? I know I love this song. I just didn't want it too high because then people will be like, I can't hear you. Do you like my eyeshadow? Thank you. It was supposed to be something different, but I ran out of time. Okay, I love this song. I would never, Everlong is one of the best songs of all time, I think. I don't know. Everlong's one of those songs I don't think I could get sick of. If it comes on, I just gotta fucking belt it out. It's so good. You could lick my floor right now. That's all I'm saying. It's very clean. Why is my face sex right now? To keep my attention while I'm in therapy, I do makeup. But I was supposed to, it was a really cool look I found on Instagram, or not Instagram, on Pinterest. And it was like teal eyeshadow, and then they did this really cool copper eyeliner, but I ran out of time. What are you gonna do? I did my best. You don't want to lick bleach. Well, I mean, I wiped the bleach off. It's bleach spray. I mean, is that bleach? It's bleach spray. I don't know. I cleaned the fuck out of my house and it feels great. Yeah, dude, right? Took a month. Migraines. I don't think. Man, I hate it. It really does sap the living shit out of you. That COVID bullshit. Man, it sucks. Ooh. Audio only, but I have this for you. Ooh, hell yeah, let me grab it. Maybe my tabs will be nice today. Oh my god, I found I wanted to show you guys this. Hold on. This is really cool. I found it. Wild. Wild. That's the special edition that I went to the midnight release of years ago? I don't want to talk about it. Some years ago. The box is actually, this is the smallest special edition I've ever gotten in my entire life. I could whip out the other two BioShock special editions, and the boxes are this big. The other two are enormous. This is easily the smallest special edition I've ever purchased in my life. I don't actually think I've ever even played the game. Ooh, it's an AC/DC Thunderstruck Goose Hang cover. I don't want to say that name wrong. I think I'm saying that name wrong. Ooh, I'm excited. This one didn't. I don't know. Did I get I don't think I got a Songbird. There was back in the day when they did physical. I don't even know if they do physical special editions. Do they for any games anymore? They would have multiple levels of it, and there was a huge one that had the Songbird in it, but it was like $300 or something crazy like that. This one had this little guy, the little keychain of the Raven, whatever. What is it called? The Feast of Crows. And then it had the game and a book, an art book, And then it has a handyman, but it's so small. But it's honestly, I prefer this. Like those the big special editions are just ridiculous. They get asinine, but look at this. It's so precious, and it's literally the world's tiniest handyman. But I thought that was kind of cool because we've been playing the game when I was cleaning. I found it. Look at that shit. It's so tiny. It's the world's littlest, little tiny. I mean, how even? And it's so detailed, but it's definitely just the world's tiniest little handyman in there. The box. Why is the box so big, dude? This is like the smallest. Have you guys ever bought a special edition before? This is dank. Special editions are huge. Normally, I'm trying to see. Do I have any other? I have like every ESO special edition up until Mafala, whatever one was Mafala. And the boxes are so big, I have to get a storage unit. They're huge. And it's just like, I don't have anywhere to put any of this stuff. I prefer this because I can just stick it in there and not have my special edition and it actually goes somewhere. But fuck, my house isn't big enough. But yeah, it came with a game, which I don't think I've ever played because I've never had a DVD drive in my computer. Is it Xbox? Oh my god, look. Is Xbox 360? Nostalgia, never been touched. Beautiful. Fucking gorgeous. I don't think I've ever opened this. There's a sealed something in here. Should we open it? I don't think I've ever cracked that. Yeah, dude, knives. This is a special edition. Check this out. I know I was showing. I got it. I remembered. So this is everybody, like a couple people asked why is the box so big? This is the smallest special edition I've ever had in my entire life. So I don't know, man. You guys are finding great special editions out there. They're smaller than this. But special editions usually come with extra shit in them. So they usually have a box. But it had the little Murder at Crows keychain guy, which I usually have on my desk because I just think it's really cute. And then this is the one I already showed people. But that's what I was saying. It's literally my the Jason you got me years ago is bigger. I'm looking at it right now. I can see it on my display. My Jason's bigger. This is the smallest special edition, but it's still really cool. Still glad I did it. But then you get this tiny little handyman. Look at that little. It's so tiny. It's the world's smallest little handyman in the world. I don't know what you would do with this, but maybe paint it if you had a mic like a magnifying glass. I don't know, but I thought it was really it's cute. It's cool. What year did this game come out? I'm trying to think how long. Like, how many houses have I packed this to? I don't even know. Mandel, I love horror stories. It's a figurine for ants, right? But it's super fucking detailed. Came with, stuff, whatever. But it's Xbox 360, and I don't think I ever played it. I don't think I ever pulled this out. Because I've never had a DVD drive in my computer. I think I played this game on my computer since day one. I don't even know. Oh, was it for a board game? Oh, maybe that was it. I think it's supposed to be painted, but I can put on autofocus and you can see it. It's really detailed. Like I'm going to save that song. That was beautiful. I just need like literally a magnifying glass to do it. Hold on. Come here, camera software. It's just really small. My eyes aren't that good. Look at that little shit. Like 3D printers can even print that. I wonder if I can I wanted to get the shiny part off. Look at this. It's so small. Good morning, Crispy. How are you? And then there's literally an unsealed something in here. I kind of want to open and see what's inside of it, but I have no idea. No, I had my first full-blown... Jesus Christ. My first full-blown panic attack on a 2-hour flight from Dallas to Tampa in the middle row seat. Dude, I was literally yesterday, I was talking about how when I had my breakdown, like being anxious in the airport is the literal worst thing in the entire world. I am so sorry. What did you do? We are retirement chat. AARP anybody? Okay, here it is. The autofocus can barely pick it up, but it's a very well detailed, very tiny little guy. But cool. I like special edition stuff, especially if it's I mean, honestly, BioShock could fucking shit in a box. I'd probably pay for it. What up, Attack of the Bees? How are you, love? I'm so sorry, Mandel. Do you know what I mean, if you wanna talk about it, like, please tell me to shut the fuck up because if you're anything like me, talking about my anxiety makes it worse. But I was just gonna ask if you know what triggered it. Do you know what caused something like that? Where'd the game go? Okay. So this is the unsealed thing. Should we crack it? I'm gonna crack it. I have no idea what it is. It's just like a. It's been uncracked for many, many years. Oh, it's just art. It's just a cool piece of art. Sick. Devil's Kiss. That's my favorite one. Cute. They do. I mean, come on now. I don't know. Special editions are cool. They put in so much effort into stuff like this. I think it's really cool. Ooh, good luck, Eat. The Forbidden Crack, yeah. And then the last thing that was in it was this really cool art book. Ooh. I can get it out, I swear. What up, Time Doc? How are you, love? And it looks all nasty. The Columbia Customs and Excise? 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 What the fuck is that? It's so pretty, though. I did look through this. It's just like it's like all the different, variations of Elizabeth they came up with and all the different outfits for her and the songbird and I'm a sucker for art books. Before I even knew video games existed, I used to collect art books for video games because I didn't even know they were for video games. No shit. I was exceedingly familiar with Final Fantasy characters because I bought the art books for them and would trace them, but I've never played a Final Fantasy game in my entire life. But I love these art books. They're just so beautiful. The true patriot has nothing to fear from the songbird. Stuff like this, man. The artist put in so much work. Man, when you just think about all the iterations of the handyman that probably came before the actual handyman that we're seeing. Look at that shit. So creepy. Ugh. What does this say about him? The Irrational Games artist went through several iterations of bodies and heads before settling on the version of blah, blah, blah. Exactly what I just said. Yep, comic books, same. Yep, I didn't even, I remember my first comic book was there's spoilers in here, so I don't wanna I was just flipping through it. It shows more of the bad guys that we haven't even seen yet, and I don't wanna spoil them for the game. Um I used to, get comic books, but I had no idea, that they were actually, how do I say that? I didn't know it was, a series of books with a story. I just started getting my mom to buy me X-Men comic books because I wanted to trace the characters. I thought they were so cool looking. Like, it was just art for me. I had so much stuff like that. Oh, shit, I didn't put this stuff in. You get the soundtrack. What are these? The official soundtrack and... Oh, we got this. Just starting the game with all the power-ups. Sorry I keep hitting the mic. Yeah, it's just stuff. Xbox Live stuff. Kind of cool though. Special editions are sick, man. I like sometimes I regret getting them because they're expensive and they're big and they take up a lot of space. But then when you get to crack them out, open 15 years later and look at them, you get happy memories. Excise tax is for importing something from another country. Oh wow, I had no idea. I've learned today. I just learned a big word. Hold on, let me turn autofocus off. Fuck that autofocus. We don't need you. We ain't got time, motherfuck. Good time zone, Mite. How are you, love? Middle of grocery shopping? Oh, dude, good luck. Lord. Oh, what's Generation V about? Is it like a superhero school? I'm gonna start it later. It's really good. Um, it's essentially I'm trying to think of how to summarize it without spoiling it. Essentially, it's a superhero school for the top of the top. You have to be invited to go there, I think. You have to apply to get in. Right now, tea, but I finished off the last of the first bag of coffee this morning, and I'm really sad about it. I don't want to talk about it. But I get to start the new bag tomorrow, so that's exciting, but also I'm sad. Yeah, it's really good. I didn't like it as much as the boys, simply because I truly think I have reached that age where I cannot identify with children, but it's good. It's very entertaining. I liked it. There's some fucking hilarious parts. Ooh, I may have found a set of wooden dice, but they aren't enameled in the numbers. Anyone know how hard it would be to do myself? What do you mean it's not enameled? I have wooden dice, and I don't think. Hold on, let me grab them. I don't think they're enameled. I don't think you need to. Hold on. That's a good question. I have these dice, which are sandalwood, but I don't think. Yeah, I think the numbers are. Ooh, the numbers are rough. Yeah, they're not. I don't think. I think they're just like sanded and finished with like wood varnish. Everyone loves that sound. But I don't think you have to. It just depends on if they're because these are engraved too, but they're not. It's not. I don't know how if you can tell they're not finished. Like in the engraving, it looks rougher. Oh, makes it hard to read. So they actually, what I would do if you're just trying to get the numbers to work better. I actually have some of the shit here. Hold on, I use it on my resin stuff, but you don't have to get gold, but this shit's gilding paint. This is the shit. So, like, literally, you would just take a brush, like, paint it over the entire side of the dice. It would sink into the number and then wipe it off the face. And then it's like, yeah, that would probably work. And it's waterproof. It's like oil based, whatever. But that might be something. You could probably do something like that. It doesn't have to be gold, but Gen V, yeah, Gen V is what they were asking. Someone was asking about it. It's good. I liked the boys better just because it's adults, but it's good. I liked it. Hmm. The tequila barrel one tomorrow. I'm excited and nervous. I haven't opened it yet. I splurged and got myself a new PC since sale and a gift for staying alive another year. Hell yeah. It's Black Friday. Might as well take advantage of it. Oh, correct. An excise tax is a legislated tax on specific goods or services at the time they are purchased. Yeah, I had no idea. I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Right, Viata, I get it, like, it's for teenagers. Like, they probably wanted to make a version of The Boys for kids, which is cool, like, I get it. It was the same I had the same problem with, Wednesday. Good show, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Wednesday. It's just I'm old now, I guess. I don't like to say it, but I think I've reached that sweet, sweet age where I no longer find teenagers entertaining in any way, shape, or form. Like, it's really hard for me to believe that the world is coming to an end and teenagers save the day. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was a teenager, I was just worried about jerking off my boyfriend and, like, avoiding my parents at all costs. Just me, though. Dude, D&D is so much fun, bees. Would the paint way be trickier? Oh, a wax pencil or a crayon would work really well, too. Yeah. Literally, I just thought of embossing because I had it. Like, it's right there. I had it on my desk. But yeah, literally anything that you could just wipe off the top. Or if the dice are unfinished, you could literally sand it. Like, sand away the top layer of paint. Priorities. I was gearing myself for the future. I wonder how hard it was for them to not call it The Kids. Yeah. It's dark. I mean, it's really good. Don't get me wrong. It's fucked up. And there's a ton of characters from the boys that make like cameos and shit like that. And it's got a pretty decent twist. I liked it. I liked the twist. I'm still gonna watch it, but it's kids. What are you gonna do? Oh, you were a DM? Oh my god, dude. Good on you though, man. You literally drive the fun. You drive the fucking fun. There will probably not be no shit, No Boys season 4. It's doing the thing where series writers have to be paid extra if it makes more than 3 seasons. Oh, is that a thing? Oh, Anubis, before you have to take off, oh my god. Do you remember the pub you took me and my sister to in London? Under the bridge? What was it called? Super random question, but I was thinking about it last night and I could not fucking remember the name of it. The Mug House. I gotta write that down. Hold on. I think I was trying to tell someone about it yesterday in stream. Because it's like one of the oldest, if not the oldest pub, right? It was, shut up. Stop. You're barking at nothing. You must stop. I gotta write that down. The Mug. The Mug House. Happy almost Thanksgiving, Boltby. I need a piece of paper and I don't have my little notebook. Mug House. I'm gonna write it on my hand. Here we go. I just want to remember it. I couldn't remember for some reason. You still don't do that? Wait, what don't I still do? I've already forgotten what I said. Boom. On my hand. Can't go away now. A lot of the teen shows aren't really like, I don't know, do teens relate to these shows? You know what's interesting, Mogrins? I actually just was reading an article really recently, like a week ago, that teens do not. Like they actually feel very disconnected from the media made for them today. And they hate romance, which I am so for because honestly, if I want to watch people fuck, I'll look for porn. I don't need it in a movie, especially about teens, for fuck's sake. Ooh, I'm starting to put feelers out for a sit-down game with some friends. Have a feeling if it were to happen, I would end up DM and not use any of the tunes I made up already. Do you like DMing or do you feel like you get stuck in that role? Call of Cthulhu is the shit, though. Mogrins, was I totally right? Right. Did you finish The Boys yet? Did you binge it already? I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't finished it. Kimiko's everything. Kimiko's literally everything. I love her. I knew you would. Female of the species, man. She's the shit. Literally everything, right? Her and Frenchie. And do you remember when we were first talking about it and I think you were saying like you were kind of on the fence about watching it or not because it's pretty fucked up. And I was like, just wait. And I don't remember how we got on this topic, but we were talking about the phenomena in movies and shows when a male and a female can just be friends. Like they can just like have like an incredible friendship and it doesn't have to evolve into fucking. Like fucking's great, but it doesn't have to. And we were talking about that and I was like, oh my God, Kimiko and Frenchie, you're gonna die. It's the best. Kimiko and Frenchie literally melt my soul. I love them. I was reading over doctor notes on this one case I was working yesterday and discovered this woman was blaming her breast cancer on her COVID vax. I'm not fucking you. People are suing my mom's hospital because during the massive COVID outbreak and during shutdown, the hospital wasn't stocking ivermectin. A human hospital was not stocking horse dewormer, and so humans are suing the hospital for that. What the fuck? No, I haven't seen No Hard Feelings yet. Nope. Nope. I think it's on my list, though. I think I actually added it to a watch list. I have a very weird memory of it, clicking it or something. It's pretty good, David. It feels like since I'm trying to get it going, I would have to. I mean, if you find someone who knows who they're GMing, but honestly, like, I think you could fucking do it. You've played a ton of like, if you've played a tabletop, I feel like you might not be like the most amazing, impeccable, like detailed GM in the world, but who needs that, really? Nope, I don't think Mogren's hard same. It was the same feeling I had watching Schitt's Creek in terms of David's relationship. Like, it was the first show I'd ever watched where there was like an openly bisexual slash homosexual couple, and the gayness wasn't part of it. I don't know how to put that. Like it wasn't the theme of the story was like, oh, they're gay, and it was just a couple getting married. And I remember my brain kind of being like, wow. So this is what normalizing is. Yeah, the gayness wasn't the point at all. It just was normal. Love is love, exactly. And that's how it came across. And it was the first time I'd ever seen that. Because normally, if there's a homosexual character of any kind or anyone part of the LGBTQA plus crowd, it's got to be like the sole focus. Everybody's, oh my God, they're gay. Oh my, it's got to be the thing. And I really, because it's so much more real when it's not. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I related to a lot that happened on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I love that she was single in the finale. That just then discovered I was aro later. Right? It's really unique. I mean, I get Zach loves to give me shit for it, but I love Frozen. Frozen 1 and 2, they're phenomenal. And they're two of the best Disney movies, in my opinion, because bitches don't gotta get saved. They're like the first Disney movies in my active memory where the lead, who was a female, did not have to get saved by a man, or a man wasn't the solution, or whatever. And I think actually, I can't remember if it's the first movie or the second movie, but there's a point in it where one of the dude characters says to the girl, she's like in a moment of stress. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a bit. She's in a moment of peril, and he swings in, and instead of saying, "I'm here to save you," he says, "What do you need?" And that's it. And it's one of the most fucking orgasmic, poignant scenes ever. Like, Disney's fucked. We all know that. I'm not going to sit here and jerk off to Disney all day, but that was done well. And even like one of the characters says to the other one, "You can't marry someone you just met." In Disney. Like, I loved it. It just gave me, and then they came out with Moana and so on and so, like, they've really gone with it. It's fucking sick. It was the guy with the reindeer. The guy with the reindeers. I kind of don't like him, and I think he's a pointless character, other than that one point. But yeah, it's the guy with the reindeers. He says it. Oh, Frenchie's booty calls are, they do something to me emotionally. Oh, yeah. His, like, sad ex whatever is going on there with the long black hair, she's stunning. And yeah, 100%. Yes. Mentat, if you haven't seen Frozen 2, honestly, I think it's better. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot. I need to see more good male-female friendships in media. There were several occasions at my last job where me and my kick-ass friend Amelia were vibing, walking around together in sync. We made detours to and from breaks just to say hi to each other and bring back non-romantic, non-sexual, mixed gender relationships. Dude, it's 100% agree. 100% agree. It really is. Frozen's the closest we'll ever get to a genuine feminist movie. I mean, they did well. They did as well as they fucking could. It was a departure from the damsel princess, and I was fucking into that. Sven? Olaf? I think Olaf is the snowman. It's been a minute for me too. I haven't seen him in a bit. I think, right? Yeah, I don't know. There was another Disney movie that did it pretty well though. The one that was like set in Colombia. Encanto? Encanto does a pretty good job at just like kind of sticking it. I like it a lot. Pixar's usually does a damn good job, true. David, I've seen those conspiracy movies. I'm not convinced. I've seen them where allegedly like Tarzan's their brother or something, like their parents crashed their ship but landed on this tropical island, some I don't know. If you watch Frozen 2, they do kind of divulge what happened to the parents, which completely erases all of those conspiracy theories. But I mean, to each their own, they're fun. There's a conspiracy theory about Tim Burton movies that Victor in The Corpse Bride is Jack Skellington, and Victor's dead dog is Zero. And then there's another Tim Burton movie with another dog and a kid that looks exactly like they all look the same, and the dog is the same. I like seeing they're fun. They're fun. I don't totally buy into them, but they're fun. Kristoff. Is it Kristoff? I think you're right. Yep. I think Sven was the evil guy. Would they finish each other's sandwiches? Big summer blowout. He's the best character. Hero, if you boil homophobia down to its most basic components, is basically about a person who expresses an emotion as if the rest of us had to show reverence. Haters can kick and scream all they want. It's still childish. I agree. Yeah. A good sequel really does complete the story. I agree. And it's so rare we get a good sequel. I almost always imagine myself as a woman in the movies. I'm very conflicted, but like it. Dude, fucking own it. Women are beautiful. Sven is reindeer, Olaf is snowman, Kristoff is the male supporting lead. Oh, so Kristoff's the evil guy? I'm sorry, I haven't seen it in a while. Oh well, there you go. I appreciate you, Scott. What up, Theory? How are you? She was just talking to Kristoff to get Sven anyways. I know. Frankenweenie. It's Frankenweenie. Thank you. Yeah, like that's baby Victor and then yeah. Yeah. Mogren's same. I still don't connect to it. I don't know why. I don't like Corpse Bride. It's pretty. Like, I own it, and I will, of course, watch it at least once every couple of months because it's Tim Burton and I'm addicted. But I don't get it. I don't know. I've never felt connected with it either. Ever. I love the concept of it. I don't, I could, like, I can actually, so the only song from the entire movie that I can even name, I couldn't even name it. I can play Victor's piano song. I taught myself Victor's little piano song. But other than that, that was like the coolest part of the movie, which was sad. Dude, Nibor, right? They're amazing. Hello. It's okay. Yeet. Happy time zone, honey bean. Eliza, good morning. Oh, Sven was the elk reindeer. Hans was evil. There you go. He talks for the fucking reindeer. Should we cheers? Hold on. Dude, I have to do like a salt, like a actual clean wash to my bong. I fucking boiled this shit today and it still wouldn't come off. I have to do like a salt alcohol, like a hardcore cleaning. I need to do a hardcore cleaning. Anna is the dumb ginger. Kristoff is the nice blonde who owns Sven. Olaf is the snowman. Hans is the evil prince who sings Sandwiches song with Elsa. There we go. The sandwiches. Yep. And Elsa's the ice queen. Boom. Thank you. It's been, dude. Eliza and I used to sing those songs literally nonstop, constantly. I just haven't watched them in a while. But I kind of enjoyed Encanto. Encanto, the end still perplexes me, and I just don't understand it. But I liked, like, there's the one sister who's perfect, and she's all lined up to get married, and she has her little meltdown, and she's like, I didn't even want to get married. I was doing it for the family, and freaks out. And I was like, oh shit, Disney. And I read that Encanto actually did really, really good at representing Colombian culture, which was cool because I really love what's the other one? Coco. Coco's great. Coco's one of my favorite Disney movies ever. Coco's so good. But apparently, this is what I've read about it, is that they kind of just did like an amalgamation of Latino and Mexican culture. They tried to cover like all them in one movie, which was a little, I'm obviously not Latin American, but I guess that's what happened. So people were more into Encanto. I don't know. I like both. I'm a Disney. I like music. Cheers. Yeah, knives, right? I think it's because I'm not like the only character that I'm kind of rooting for is the human woman that he's supposed to marry. What's her name? Is it Victor and Victoria? No. You know what I'm talking about, the sad human lady. Like, I'm rooting for her, and she's like this much of the movie, but she's the true victim in all of it, honestly, in my opinion. Like, I felt like they just didn't like there were no, I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one because I feel like most Tim Burton I'm very much down with, but that one, I don't know. It didn't hit. I love the concept. Like, I love, if you look at it from an artistic point, like the real world where everyone's alive is very gray and sad and drab, and when you go to the land of the undead, it's like vibrant and neon and shit like that. I liked that concept, but it was, I don't know. Like, the idea of getting murdered and just like existing in the afterlife to get married is a little fuckery. I think maybe that's what hits me. Maybe. I don't know. Tim Burton is a whole conversation too. He still thinks he's a Hollywood outside with big ideas, but now his cool ideas are pretty much standards. So now his movies are almost derivative of his own work, and he's completely stagnated. Yeah. So no shit, Margaret. This was like a week or two ago. I saw an article, I think, on Reddit, and it is still crushing me. I haven't seen it confirmed in no way, shape, or form. Nothing confirmed, but apparently there are allegations against Danny Elfman for sexual assault from like 20 years ago or something. And my brain is just like, I can't take this. They're slowly just eliminating all the music of my childhood because everyone who made it ends up being a fucking turd. Ugh. Oh, I thought it was better at 70%, Eliza. Is it better at 90%? Fuck, I bought 70. Will it still work at 70%? I don't know why I thought that. For some reason, I was like, I'm pretty sure someone told me that the 70 is better than the 90. So I bought 70. You just need more shake. Okay, I don't know why. I was very convinced of that. Like, I was pretty sure someone told me that. I swear the perfect sister was female leaning bi, or at least that is my headcanon, mostly because the colors they used when she was finally getting in touch with herself, 100%. 100%. I honestly like am rooting for Disney's first Ace character. Like, man, come on Disney. Come on Disney. Let's do it. Like we meaning the LGBTQIA plus are real. Like you have like representation is so fucking important, especially for children. Guillermo del Toro feels like that. So does like J- uh Game of Thrones guy. Martin. The only issue I had with Encanto that is that no abuelita would ever make her granddaughter feel less than. That was very hard. Like that, I agree. Like when it shows the whole scene of Mirabella like not getting her door and no one rushes down to hug her. Like I feel like an abuelita would set the house on fire for doing her daughter wrong. Like my nana would do that and she was not an abuelita. She was just an angry Irish woman. Is music blasting? I'm so sorry. Thank you. We're on YouTube, so who knows? You know, it goes all over the place. Volume and whatnot. Piece of shit. I nothing confirmed Mogren's he has denied denied it or whatever, said none of it's real. I really, really hope not. It's just I like man, stop. No, no, no. I felt like Wednesday has a comeback. The Hyde should have been claymation though. Yeah. Wednesday wasn't bad. I think the only reason I couldn't like fall into Wednesday and really fall in love with it is it's officially too young for me. I hate it. It's my problem. Like I've officially aged out of being able to relate to teenagers in any way, shape, or form. And I know I've said this a million times, but I'm so fucking tired of the trope of the weird girl who like all the boys want to fuck mysteriously and they always have like two or three men vying for their attention. As the weird girl, that's not real. Stop it. Like it's the Twilight thing, it's the et cetera, et cetera. Like you could go on forever. It's just a trope I'm tired of because it's so not real. It's not real and it's really unbelievable and it just kind of pulls me out immediately. I'm like, God damn it, really? This is where we have to go. But I've heard allegedly that the next season they're completely eliminating all the romance. Like all those romance things that were all the two dudes or whatever that were going after Wednesday, they're eliminating because the younger generations don't like it either. They don't want to see it, they don't care about it. If you go and watch like Chronos or Pacific Rim, I love Pacific Rim. These movies are nothing like movies like Pan's Labyrinth. I can read. Pan's Labyrinth or the movie where a couple finds two girls in the forest and there's a ghost. Dude, word. You're right though. I wasn't even a huge fan of that series on Netflix. It was okay, The Cabinet of Curiosities. There was one or two episodes that I was like, "Oh damn, that was cool," but the rest of them I was like, "Meh, whatever." The thing with assault is it's extremely common, and it's basically triggers everyone just bringing it up so no one talks about it, I know. It's really sad. I can see why because of how she was personality-wise, but that don't mean I agree. Abuela was a bitch. Abuela was a fucking cunt. Like, be angry all you want. My nana, my nana, I could have literally murdered someone in front of her, and she'd been like, "That's my perfect angel. She never does anything wrong." Grandmas don't think ill of their grandchildren. You know what, Knives? I said the same thing, and someone in chat said apparently the show, the new Wednesday show, is much more based on like the original Addams Family, like the sitcom that was black and white, which I never watched. Although, fun fact, I did learn that the original Addams Family that was filmed in black and white, the entire house was actually pink. Like the entire interior was like Pepto Bismol pink, because that was how you could translate it to a good gray in black and white, which I thought was hilarious. Dude, Mentat, that would be amazing. I'm into that. Like, I just don't think it's not pertinent to the plot. You know? Like, if there's some sort of romance for some reason because like, for instance, in Frozen, not to bring up Frozen again, but there's the evil guy who, like, tries to get in with Anna because he wants to be king and he wants to kill her afterwards. Like, that I can understand. That's part of the plot. Like, you've worked it in, it had a place, sure. But the others, I just don't there's no point. It just always comes off really fake and hollow. Yep, I feel like the plot of Wednesday meandered too much to make an episode count. Yeah, very much so. Or it felt very thin. Like, very by the time the end like, I've watched Wednesday twice, and I could not tell you who the bad guy was at the end or why they were a bad guy. Maybe there was too many plots going on or something. I don't know, it just felt thin. Yep, or a girl who just straight up abuses her friends, but somehow they still wanna love, protect, and save her. Like, what the hell? No fucking way. Yeah, that's not real. I liked Wednesday, but I did not like the antagonistic relationship she had with Morticia. It was weird. I don't know if I really liked, what's her name as Morticia. I love her. What's her oh my god. What is her name? I love her. She's phenomenal. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Jesus Christ, Katie. Catherine Zeta-Jones is phenomenal. Like, please don't take me wrong. Gorgeous bitch. Worship. Love. But I didn't really like her as Morticia. I don't know. I don't know why, though. Dude, McTaggart, that's literally what we were just that's how we started this conversation. Was since Corpse Bride was just so and ever since then everything's just been yeah, same. Nope, that's literally what we were talking about. That's literally how we got into this conversation was we all kind of agree. Corpse Bride was very much a fizzle out, and then ever since then it's just kind of been like which is sad because I mean, I don't know. You look back at some of the older Tim Burton stuff like Sleepy Hollow's a work of art. I fucking love that movie. The fucking sick blood and the beheadings all over the place. It's amazing. And I just don't know why like what happened. There was a monster and her friend turns into a pink werewolf or something. There's a sword fight. Damn, what even happened in Wednesday? Dude, same. And like her roommate, super cool, allegedly really interesting roommate who's a werewolf, cannot turn into a werewolf until the last episode. That's just as bad as MCU being like, okay, we're gonna have a final battle between like 20 superheroes, but it's just gonna be karate in the air. Deal? Deal. What? Also, the stoners, I feel like I say that every time we talk about Wednesday, but the stoners, like vampires, yeah, that makes sense. Witches, whatever, werewolves, gorgons? What? Gorgons or whatever the fuck you want to call them? What? Okay. Nope, her and Gomez, I just didn't like the casting. I feel like I know what direction they were trying to go in with that casting, and it just didn't work. It didn't pull off. That's what also killed me. Like, you can be a cunt deadpan and still have your friends back. Bullshit. Yeah, it's such bullshit. Like, girls are mean, don't get me wrong, but we're mean together, not to each other in high school. Jesus. I loved her roommate. I just wanted her to like, I feel like she just was given a really shitty sack of shit. Why is my mic doing this today? Do you know what I mean? Like, I really, really enjoyed her. I feel like, but if you like, okay, how do I put this? If I was being cast in a show or a movie because I'm a famous movie star and they're like, hey, we're gonna cast you as a werewolf that literally can't transform until the show's over, and then we're probably gonna show 5 seconds of it, I'd be like, what's the point of me being a werewolf? I don't know. I'd be pit. Shut up! You must stop. You must. I know. My dog just did something and now my monitor's off. We're having a great time. Please excuse. Sleepy Hollow is fucking amazing. Please work, monitor. Please work. Yes. Oh, she's back. For some reason, when my dogs jump off my couch, it does something to my computer. Even though I moved my couch away from my computer and it's nowhere near my computer anymore, it's doing something. I think literally the ground shakes and moves a cord. It's a great time. I love dogs. You want some? It's a stupid name, and it's just I mean, if I was to say, like, name the top 5, dark world magical things, would Gorgon be on your list? Be like vampires, werewolves, witches, warlocks, zombies, necromancers. I mean, we could go. Like, it would I just what the fuck was the and I don't think I don't think they did anything. I think literally he ended up gorgoning himself once. I don't know. It was just a lot of crap. It was like putting a bunch of crap in a room and nothing to look at, you know what I mean? Hi, Kills. How are you, love? I hope you're doing well. You get all the good statues at the school, somehow Gorgons are the answer. Yeah, I just don't why? How did they come to that? Yeah, where did that come from? And then, of course, they made them look like stoners. They can be uber cunts, but your friends do not remain your friend after being an uber cunt to them, which is like what they always play off in movies, like Mean Girls, etc. Mean Girls is a perfect movie, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? Like, you can talk shit about your friends, absolutely, and be a cunt, but they're not gonna be your friend anymore. It's not like we're hollow. The actress is great. Oh, yeah, the actress if you guys have never seen, fuck. I think the first one's called The Babysitter, and then it's like The Babysitter 2 or something like that, but they're horror movies on Netflix. They're really good. Don't knock it till you try it. Um, she is in the second one. The girl who plays Wednesday Addams. I blanked on her name, but she's in the second one. She's a badass. She's literally a badass. It's fantastic. Being a werewolf, but not displaying it is a total metaphor for not being a stereotypical insert identity here. I think maybe, but then she does it in the last episode. So would that be like her giving into society's pressure to be what she's supposed to be and expressing what they thought she like? What would be the message on that part? Because I'm not disagreeing. I like where you're going, but what would be the message on that part? Jenna Ortega, that's her name. I have USB dogs. I know. I'm infested with goblins. I am the goblin. They pulled Gorgon from a fairly popular anime. I mean, it's a cool idea. It was just useless. Gorgon wouldn't be in my top 25. No. Honestly, I would never even think of the Gorgons as a species outside of The Legend of Zelda. Like, there's Medusa, who was a Gorgon, but like, I love mythology, but I didn't say mythological magical monsters. I said like dark. I don't know a word for it. Like World of Darkness, I guess, like the TTRPG world. Like the underbelly of magical creatures, I guess. Mythical, yeah, I'd be throwing that in there because mythical makes me immediately think of like titans and shit like that, like big fucking kaijus, whatever. I don't know. I'm just bitching. It's just a weird because I was excited to see there was a stoner, and then I was like, what the fuck is this? I think they were just throwing shit up to see what sticks. Yeah. Hi, Vile. How are you, love? Yeah, stoners, because they turn people to stone. Except they literally only turn themselves to stone once. Medusa is symbolic of fear, and that's why you get turned to stone. It's common freeze up when facing imminent danger ahead. 100%, but they really didn't. They were all kind of like really shy, timid, hoodie up kind of. I don't know. I don't know. X, wait, what's X? Giving it a pressure and then being like, I can do this, but on my own terms, maybe? Ooh, maybe that. Nah, dude, Sally, I mean, that was the best reach that I've heard. That was the best. Like, I like that. Like, maybe it was an identity thing. Uh, Theoretically, Medusa was a Gorgon, right? The Gorgon. I don't know if there was more of them. I took Greek mythology in college, but this was a very long time ago. Dude, Stranger Things is a literal quality roller coaster. Thank you so much for saying that, Migraines. I have never heard it put that way, but damn. Like, I couldn't even, like, there were entire seasons of Stranger Things just erased from my head because they were so lame. But then, I have, like, gaps in the story because I just and I've heard that Millie Bobby Brown's kind of a cunt. Tim Burton actually put, like, 4 black people in the show. He isn't racist. I have a black friend. Ugh. They were in Greek myth, but you didn't fucking see them constantly show up, right? And I don't remember there being a them. Oh, she's the Gorgon. All Gorgons. I don't know why I say Gorgon. Gorgons came. Is it Gorgon? Gorgon. I think it's Gorgon, right? I've said it too many times now. All Gorgons came from a fear mask that they created Medusa to represent. Oh. See, I didn't know that. That's cool. Dude, I love World of Darkness. World of Darkness is the shit. It's the shit. I did. Oh my god, Vile, that's incredible. Our drum god is streaming on Twitch. Not at this exact moment that I'm aware of, but he does stream and it's incredible. All in all, I think it's fun and I enjoyed Wednesday, but if it didn't happen again for season 2, I'm still okay with it. Same. I would say it was enjoyable. I'm not craving it. I don't think about it all the time. Like, I still think about a lot of other shows that were canceled far more than I think of shows going on still. Medusa has 2 sisters. See, I didn't know the whole. See, I didn't know. That's cool. She did. Were they Gorgons as well? Because I thought, so correct me if I'm wrong, the loose story of Medusa is she claimed to be more beautiful than Aphrodite or something. And so then was turned into the hideous monster. And if you looked upon her face, you would freeze and turn into stone. So how is there 3 of them? You don't have to. I mean, that's probably a lot. If that's a lot to type, I was just curious. I was gonna say it, Knives, and I was like, you know what? You're a broken record, Katie. You gotta stop bitching about how they canceled Dark Crystal, which was perfect. I'm not high enough for that. Yeah, it felt like very much like X-Men, and then I felt like they were kind of toying with romance shit, between like the redhead kid, the redhead girl, and some other kid in the group, one of the originals. They were flirting with that stuff, and then I feel like this latest season they definitely evened out. I feel like sometimes it takes a show a minute to realize why we're all watching it. Because sometimes, they just see like, "Oh, tons of people are watching it. They must love what we love." And it's like, actually, that's the only part of the entire thing I fucking hated." And maybe they've picked up on what we like. I don't know. Hopefully. I'm backing up a little, sorry. Oh, he streams once a week? Good to know. Obviously, Medusa was the baddie. I mean, obviously, God. I mean, imagine being a god that is just, like, violently fucking insecure. Like, damn, dude. You got all these powers and shit and all this privilege, and all you can do is think about how pretty you might be. My coal is roasting in my ashtray right now. There's so much smoke. That's not water. Katie, no. Out with you, bitch. Peace. Peace be with you, little coal. I mean, Knives, just I know you know, I know you know, I know you know my opinion on it, but like the sheer amount of money dumped into creating that first season of The Dark Crystal, it had to have been worth it to do another season just to get the use out of the fucking puppets. My God. Like the amount of money, I don't even know, to create all of that. It had like I don't know. I'll be pissed forever. Netflix keeps shows going forever that sucks and cancels the best ones, in my opinion. It's a theory, and they found the mask not long before Medusa showed up, and people started using the same designs for her. That's really cool. I did not know that. I think Greek mythology is fucking fascinating. I think they pre-canceled Shit McTaggart. I believe that. It was too expensive to make, but they already made it all. I wonder if it was the puppeteers and shit. Because I remember when it came out, I watched like some little special that was like comparing the show to the original movie of The Dark Crystal, and they were talking about how like one Skeksis, like girlfriend, like one Skeksis back in the day took like double digits of numbers to function. One of those Skeksis took that many people to puppeteer it underneath, and they designed the new Skeksis, so I think it only took like 6 people or something only, big only. But I imagine that's a lot of money. But Netflix has it. I don't know. I don't think there's a good enough. They'll never have a good enough excuse for me on that one. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. The bravest people on earth are flat earthers. They have nothing to fear but sphere itself. I hate it. Was that it, Bobo? Honestly, I don't remember. I thought she was someone that was just like, I'm prettier, so they made her ugly. But Bobo says, I thought Medusa was a priestess of Athena who was raped in the temple, and despite the bullshit, Athena cursed her. It might have been that. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't even know if I learned about Medusa in school, like in actual proper Greek mythology. I think I just know, like, what would you call it? Really base media intelligence about it or something like that. From the Let's Talk About Myths Baby podcast about the author, she has a single mythological hill on which she will die. Medusa was a savior who didn't harm anyone. Amen. I like that. Yeah, old mythology and stories like who the fuck? They're all over the place. Who knows? It would suck to have a small group of super powerful people who got to decide how the world turns out. Claptimus, can you stop being so real this early in the morning? I just drank all my tea and I'm just not prepared. Knives, if I found that unit, I'd rob it. It's the most sound theory since the masks were used for a while. Then Medusa showed up as the masks. It's like a meme showed up about the mask, though it wasn't there before. Oh my god, you're right. Haha, the original meme. Dude, Love, Death, and Robots is phenomenal. I still watched that last episode. That last season was so good. All the good stuff gets canceled. Rip Owl has too. Yep. Thanks, Disney, thinking adults don't like animation and get rid of full arcs as main form content, which is so odd. I'm at the point where I almost prefer animation over real life, like real action, anything. Just because the famous, like the actors and shit, the big named actors that they hire for all these big movies, they're so symmetrical and boring to look at. I'm just tired of it. And I feel like the vast majority of them are the same character, like the same person in everything they've ever been in. Like they don't I don't know how to put that. Is that a character actor? Something like that. I'm bored. I'm really bored when I see a movie come out. It's like, oh look, the same 5 people I've seen act over and over and over and over and over again in other things. Like it gets to the point where I can't separate them anymore, and I just see the actor and not the part they're trying to play. I love animation. You can literally do anything with. Watch Arcane and tell me that animation isn't better. Jesus Christ. Netflix also said there was low viewership for the first season of Dark Crystal series. Fuck those bastards. It was perfect. Wow. If the CEO of the upper management of Netflix wasn't taking home near $1 billion in salary, wow. Been reading about the lesser known Greek hero Bophades. I've heard of that name actually. He was basically like Achilles, but his weakness was his groin, not his heel. Shut up. Is that real? So you may not have heard of the Achilles heel. You have heard of Bophades nuts. Bophades nuts? Is it Bophades nuts? Bophades nuts? Did I do it right this time? If I could read, these would be pulled off so much more eloquently. Oh, Poseidon did it. No shit. See, none of us were right. It's all over the place. I love Dusa so much. I love her. I never not talk to Dusa. I love her. The civilization in the fridge was amazing. And then the one with, I don't know what it was called, but it was like the chick, she was covered in like gold coins and all the jingly jewelry, and she was in the lake and she would scream, and all the people couldn't help but like go into the lake and then drown, except one. No spoilers. Jabaro, thank you so much. Knives Nose. I think I talked about it endlessly when it first came out. I have plans to do a Jabaro cosplay I think about it all the time. Like, I'm constantly constructing in my head how the fuck I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it one day because it's just so cool. It's just shitty casting directors. Boo. I don't watch any real life shit anymore, purely anime, but I think it's because the characters look vastly different in anime, so my blind ass can distinguish between characters way easier. Dude, honestly, it's better than most media out there. Mm. Eliza, have you seen Blue Eyed Samurai on Netflix yet? Fucking immaculate. Please watch. It's so good. It's like if anime and the creators of Arcane had a baby in terms of the animation. It's like anime, but with that cell shade kind of like, do you know what I'm talking about? Fucking Blue Eyed Samurai is so Viana, did you finish it? Viana finished it in under 24 hours. That makes me happy. It's really good. You will really like I think Knives offhand mentioned it in stream one day, and I was like, I'm looking for something new to watch, and I binged like 4 episodes in one night and stayed up till 2 in the morning. I had to force myself to go to sleep. It's beautiful. Trying to think what I would compare it to. Honestly, it's pretty unique. It's beautiful. I don't know. There's titties and dicks, but it's animated, so like I'm not. No knives. Actually, like I have an entire Amazon like cart that is all the items I need to do Jabaro. Jabaro, like the wig, and then what I found was you can buy like a 5-pound bag of just plastic like treasure, that you would like give to a kid to put in a treasure box and they'd be like, "Oh my god, treasure." And it's just like literally 5 pounds of like plastic coins and plastic pearls and plastic jewelry and shit like that. And so yeah, that's in the cart and I plan to like string it together, make the whole. Oh yeah, it's too good not to. And it doesn't involve like a physical costume other than jewelry and shit. Like it's just body painting, which I can totally fucking do. It's when they have an immense costume where it involves sewing or something where I'm like, oh, I don't have a sewing machine. I can't. It's flat 3D. It's so gorgeous. That what you would call it? It's flat 3D with colors I've never seen in anime before. It's fucking great. They do such a good job. I haven't watched Scott Pilgrim animated yet, but I've heard good things. Medusa's also a bringer of storms, or a lock of her snake hair, rather, just like a living fear mask, and that's a relatively obscure story. Damn, bringer of storms? That is getting out there. Be safe, Vile. And there are fucking. Yeah, there's some fucking. Yep, you get to see some like straight fucking, some not straight. You get to see all sorts of like it's. I mean, not graphically, although there's some great titties. No shit, Blue Eyed Samurai started one day, got to episode 7 of an 8-episode season in one day. Same. I did it in 2 days, but yeah, same. Shut the fuck up. Did you hear that Hawaii is trying to make ruckus laughter against the law? They only want to allow aloha. You guys are doing really good today. I hate it, but I'm impressed. This is such a good song. I'm fucking leaving because of these jokes. You love them. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Is that another anime? I have my I have a list of the animes you guys gave me yesterday. Uh Zom 100. What would be a dead person's bucket list? They're dead. Live again? Rot? Decay. That was a big hit. Dread, you're welcome. Thank you, I think. Alchemy, my love, good morning, how are you? Why'd you read that? Because they're pretty good. If it's a terrible pun, I will like, if in my opinion, allegedly, in my opinion, if it's bad, I'll let you know. Those were pretty good. I like me some decent wordplay. I'm not mad. Dude, same Viata, they're everywhere. They're pervasive in literally everything. It's the story alluded to in Dante's Inferno when Medusa stands atop the tower and causes a storm, but it's from an old legend where a snake lock of hers was gifted to a princess or something and it had the power to create storms. You know? Or to chase off invaders when held up. So now that you've said that, I feel like at one point I read something about like if you see a snake, it means a storm is coming. Like snakes have some sort of weather association. Like in some mythol, I don't even know. It could have been Celtic. I listen to a lot of shit and I mix it up in my head. But I feel like something like that. Dude, Sigmund Freud was crazy. Like he had some decent points. Like like he wasn't totally off base, but I don't think everybody wants to fuck their mom, you know? I don't think I don't think so. I mean, some people do, but not everybody, you know? Try to pull it. Don't. Okay, I got it. Sigmund Freud was crazy. Quote, "The terror of Medusa is thus a terror of castration that is linked to the sight of something. When a boy who has hitherto been unwilling to believe the threat of castration catches sight of the female genitals, probably those of an adult, surrounded by hair and essentially those of his mother." Wow. In this perspective, the quote, ravishingly beautiful, end quote, Medusa is the mother remembered in innocence. Uh, Before the mythic truth of castration dawns on the subject. I'm into other people's moms, but like that's deep. Freud was a nut. Oh, did he love coke? I didn't know that. Dude, I feel the same, migraines. Like that's I think that's why I got so excited about the Blue-Eyed Samurai. It's different. It's something different, man. Just something different. Peaches. That's all I have to say. Peaches. Uh, Freud was on a lot of cocaine and still made some decent points. He did. He made some very decent points. Like he had some great shit going on, and he might have been on. I mean, we do like. I mean, I think it's inevitable that we seek out a partner that has traits our parents may have because it is inherently comfort, even if those traits are negative, which is terrible. So, like, if your parents abuse you, you'll probably seek someone who will abuse you in the same way because you know how to deal with it. It's familiar. I don't think, but I do not think that means most people want to fuck their moms. Freud had a genuine obsession with his dick getting cut off and turned into an entire philosophy. Wow. Was he afraid of witches? Because allegedly witches cut dicks off a lot. Snakes are known as rivers and channels of lava in many myths, so they're both venerated and feared. There we go. Maybe that was what I read. My mom is dead. That is a whole other kink. Wait, do you want to fuck your dead mom? My dad's dead. I don't want to fuck my dead dad. What? Although he was cremated, I probably could make a dick with the willy thing. Ew. Nope. We're gonna stop now. We have to stop now. Hi, Rod. I've been saying that to Cocky almost every time she takes her bra off at the end of the day. I can't stop. If I see a boob, if I see a boba, it's just peaches. Peaches! Firm like melon. Yep, exactly. For better or for worse, our parents teach us how to shit on a toilet and love and all that shit, yeah. Cocaine was hugely popular around the turn of the last century. Oh, was it back when it was like a medicine? I wonder if this was the times when coke was still like medicinally added to a lot of shit. Hey, I mean, I'd rather someone assault a dead body than an alive body, but like maybe don't assault bodies. I recently went on vacation with my family and my grandma was like, "Oh man, coke was my favorite drug of choice." Okay, Nana. Nana's getting freaky. That's kind of sick. What do we talk about with those intrusive thoughts? I have the distinct feeling all my thoughts are that though, which means I'll just never speak, which might be a good idea to be honest. My mom's beautiful, but I wouldn't say hot. Yeah, I mean, I've seen pictures of my grandpa when he was young. He was a very handsome man, but like, nah, nah. Yeah, it was medicinal coke time. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought we were supposed to make intrusive thoughts everyone's problem. I mean, if it's something that hurts me, yeah, I have to make that. Like, I have to because I just can't. I can't suffer alone. You know. The THC, cocaine, heroin, cough syrup. You cowards. Aqua Tofana. Necrophilia should not be possible. How do you get consent from a corpse? I mean, it's a corpse is technically an inanimate object, right? I guess it depends on whether or not you consider a corpse a person still. Cuz like this to me is the same as a corpse, you know? I don't see that as a person anymore, but that's just me. Don't fuck corpses. Like moral, right? Like let's not. Let's just I just listened to a true crime story, I think yesterday or the day before, about a guy who got a job in the morgue of a hospital so that he could assault bodies as often as he wanted. And he assaulted over 100 bodies and he had like over 8,000 photographs of himself assaulting said bodies. And it's on the brain, man. Fucked up shit. Fucked up shit. My grandma's very NSFW. So was mine, but I don't know if my nana, she was orphanage Catholic, so I don't think she did any drugs. She sure did drink a lot, though. Holy shit. Crack, crack open a cold one.
Oh my God, Colette. Be you angels? Jesus Christ. That's pretty good.
Sick, but good. She had weed gummies and passed them all out to us, like, you get to and you get to. My grandma was the grandma that, like, she had candy dishes of pills everywhere. Like, any pill you could think, probably. She had this I mean, I swear to you, in her kitchen, she had an island that was as big as my table. So it was probably like a 6 foot long island in the middle of the kitchen, and not an inch of it wasn't covered in little cute dishes of something. And like, if you had cramps or a headache, she'd go over and like a witch, be like, one of those, one of the, one of, just take that, honey, and you'll feel better. Ew. We had a lot to dispose when she passed away, and let me tell you, we had no idea what anything was. We were like, we're just gonna take it to a pharmacy and let them deal with it because this seems alarming. It was amazing. She was all about escapism, man. She was great. I guess corpse fucking is the same guy who fucks his car, right? Like I'm not into it. I think it's probably like don't. Ugh, ugh, ugh. I feel like it's the same thing as with food prep. Food prep. If it's been unrefrigerated for too long, you're gonna have a bad time, dude. Oh, what's his name? Uh, I've listened to way too much true crime, so I forget people's like the names of the true crimers. The one I believe he was like based in the Seattle area, but Zac Efron played him in the movie. I can remember fucking Zac Efron. Zac Efron played him in a movie. What's the murder's name? He would kill people, leave them in the woods, and return weeks later multiple times to have sex with the dead bodies, like that were just laying in the woods. Bundy, Hunter, he would like he liked the dead ones better than the live ones. He killed so he could have a dead body to fuck for weeks. Like rotting, bug infested, fly covered. There are no words. There are no words. They don't put that part in the movies because they're like, we can't make Efron look icky. It's like, um, um, true crimers. I'm addicted. I know. Take your oxy. I may have. I have no idea.
Hail Satan, Nana.
I don't know. I know she gave me Vicodin a few times. Definitely. My white grandma had gross ass black licorice candy all over the house. Black licorice candy? So it wasn't actually black because I love black licorice, but candy? I had a nana like that. My grandma was like that. My dad's mom. She was mean. Like she was the nana that she was the she we called her Grandma Grump, but she would literally like if you had a sandwich and you didn't eat your crusts, I'm not exaggerating when I say you would be given a plate with those crusts every day for every meal until you ate your crust with no other food. And then when you ate your crust, she'd call you fat. My other nana thought I was a perfect angel no matter what and taught me how to make gin and tonics when I was 5.
Fuck me and Nanas. I'm just a child. It's just a wee babe. Fuck.
Hey, bees, that's going to keep you safe because people are dirty. It's like the coconut. Oh my God. That guy probably would have loved the coconut. That is a good segue. I want to see this trailer. Hold on. And then I got to pee really bad. This is for that Zom 100 show that Glut was talking about that's an anime. Hold on. I love you so much, WAP, but pause. Pause, motherfucker. Ooh. Ooh, what are you going to eat? Eliza. Dude, bees. Fucking A. If you're happy, fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? A reverse exorcism, isn't that just a demonic possession? Too much licorice can cause high blood pressure. Isn't it the anise? An anise or whatever? Is it made of anise or is it something else? It's anise, isn't it? There's licorice root. Is it licorice root that does it? I've read about that before. There's something in it that does that. Cinnamon has something in it too. Cinnamon can cause like weird heart problems and whatever. Oh my fucking God, David. Have you ever heard of a reverse exorcism? It's where the devil tells the priest to get out of the child. Viata, I've never had the pleasure. That looks gross. That looks like a mistake. Don't threaten me with a good time. This is the weird black licorice candy, apparently. I think I've seen it before, but what the fuck is happening there? Is that pup? Is that eggs? Are those bugs? Wait, did that one go wrong? Has it gone off? Ew. What's the other stuff? Like, I'm assuming the black is licorice, but what's that? What's the other stuff? Oh, it's like sugar beet. Okay, 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 okay. That literally looks like spider eggs. No shit, I've never had this before in my life. I just don't what's the other just sugar? Just like sugar paste, basically like, fondant? Oh, it's coconut? That looks like eggs, my dudes. Makes me think of that chick that was eating the loose rice in her bed only to find out it was worm eggs crawling out of her cat's butthole. Just a little bit. My nana didn't my nana had a junk drawer. Did anyone else's nana have a junk drawer? Not a junk drawer like the junk drawer in the kitchen. She had a junk drawer, i.e., a secret drawer in the kitchen full of candy. And if we asked and we were good, we got to go to the drawer and pick some candies. And I would always get a mini Snickers, and my grandpa would grab another one and give it to me. So I had two, and he would say, "You can't fly on one wing." I've never forgot that. What the fuck does that even mean? It's like, it's like scream. That was literally the Crunchyroll Collective. Yeah. Oh man, I'm a silly dumb. I'm sorry. Imagine how bad modern society has to be when it's relatable for the apocalypse to be freeing. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are feeling that these days, to be honest. Just because, life, man. We're basically all just trying to get to the point where, we're old enough to realize none of it matters and we were just anxious for most of our life for no reason, but none of us have got there yet. We get there right before we die, obviously. Because why would you figure that out anytime before? Thanks, universe. You're the best. Okay, I gotta pee really fucking bad, so we're gonna take a break. I feel like there's an eyelash of an eyeball. You'd be quite useful with like, oh, I guess I do. I forget about the medical shit. That it's like a skill, I guess. I'd personally fight to keep you alive because I have specific skills, and it ain't keeping people alive. I mean, sick. I have a propensity for being cool with death, so perfect pairing. I will be searching for you in this allegedly inevitable apocalypse, in my opinion. Story is basically the main character worked for a horrific job that crunched for 3 years straight. The world ends and his life returns. I mean, I kind of feel like that's really relatable for a lot of people right now. They're called jelly spogs, the ones with the bumps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, they're an anise seed flavored jellies covered in sugar beads. They are the sugar beads. Okay. I don't think I've ever had that. A sugar bead that I'm aware of. Okay, but you guys, like, if we create our apocalypse like island, you got to keep my skills secret because, like, I'll help you guys, but like, I don't want to help anybody else out. Like, I'm gonna want to garden and smoke pot. You know what I'm saying? Cool, cool. Deal, deal. Secret helpful friendships. No more student loans, no credit scores, no bills. I mean, you might die of starvation or something, but like, mm, mm, no taxes, no health care. No health care. Eh, at least it wouldn't be like dangled on a stick in front of us all day anymore. Pretend we could, oh my god, I have special effects skills. So not only could I heal us, I can make us all look like we're a leper colony. Do we have any tattoo artists? We should just tattoo the leper shit on us so that it's there forever. You know what I'm saying? Like the children, when they come of age, that will be like a ceremonial thing, the leper tats. And your parents get to like just throw mud at you, and wherever it splatters, that's where we're gonna put the leper shit. That's the only rule. You just gotta be like, you gotta look like a fake leper. You know what I'm saying? But submit yourself to regular skin checks. I have to pee so bad. But who's weirder? The dog's wanting to shit in some soft leaves, or the girl that has a thing of cockroaches on her desk? I don't know. Life is weird. They're so gross. I hate them. But we're gonna have a spider feeding. I can't. I'm trying to figure out when to do it because we're kind of, in the middle of playing Bioshock Infinite, and I want to keep doing that. But I did get a bunch of cockroaches to feed my bastards, so that should be fun. They are. Dude, poodles, though, I'm sure you feel the same way. It's like it's almost like they're so smart, they're kinda dumb. Okay, I got it, knives, hold on. Those are some peaches. Hold on. If the world went under one of the least safe places would be a bunk wait. If the world went under, one of the least safe places would be a bunker with the world's most wealthy, going from all that power to just having each other. I'd give them a few months before tearing each other's heads off. I don't think I'd give them a few months. I don't know if they have survival skills. I know I don't know. I was thought about doing it today. Should we do that or BioShock Infinite? They're so gross. But I was just trying to I hate springing a feeding day, like, I like to tell you guys when it's gonna happen because I know there's a lot of people that really like the spider feeding days, and I don't want them to miss it if they love it. But I did get some cockroaches, so they're there, ready for the spoods, but gross, and I can hear them scuttling around in there. You know, I had jumping spiders, Molly. I've never, like, purchased a jumping spider. It just because it's kind of weird to me because 'cause they're everywhere. Like, people buy them for, like, 35 bucks a pop, and they're literally everywhere. But, when I first moved, oh my god, I love that guy so much. Dude, he's so funny, that Ryan George dude. He's hilarious. Hold on. Um, if the apocalypse was talked about today, oh my god. Uh, so in Colorado, when I first moved here, I didn't know this, but Colorado has one of, if not the largest jumping spider, like, in the US, like, just native. And so when I first moved here, I found one in my house and I was like, there's no way this is native. So I caught it and put it in a enclosure and took care of it. And it was really fun. They're really, really cool spiders to take care of. And I actually had one lay an egg sack and I ended up having like, I'm not kidding you. So I used to have like basically like kitchen wire racking stacked behind my desk, and that's where my PCs were, like my towers and shit. And I had this tank right here, this green tank, this is my hissing cockroaches. They were on the very, very top of it. And this one of those giant jumping spiders, because 'cause they're native here, got inside that enclosure, probably eating baby cockroaches or something, laid an egg sack, and for a good couple weeks while I was streaming, I would just watch babies. I mean, it was it looked like thousands, and I had to put, like, a plastic another, like, a tarantula enclosure I put on top of that enclosure because I had a screen top, so all the babies crawled into that so then I could take them outside. But I fuck you not, the jumping spiders we have in Colorado, I mean about as big as my fingernail. They're huge. There's actually one living in my house. I haven't seen her for a couple days now, but she's almost as big as a quarter, and it's alarming. You see them drop from the ceiling, and for a minute, I'm like, "Is that one of mine?" Because they're so big, but they only live like 2 years max, and that's if you get one when it's the microscopic little grain of rice baby. You know what I'm saying? Mine lived about a year because she was already full grown. But they're huge. I'm trying to look for something on my desk that's like the size of them. I wa they're fatter than my fingernail, but if this fingernail is about the size of them. Their ass is so big and they're black. They're called Phidippus. Hold on, I'll just pull one up for you. Phidippus apachianus. I did not spell it right. Damn it. That's not what I want. Really? There we go. Spider warning. Just a picture. This is what they look like, though. They are bright red, so I believe that's what the females look like. The females are always a little bit more dull, and the males get bright red, but the base of them is just pitch black, and they are large. They're bigger than that. That's a baby. I mean, that's like maybe a juvenile, because the ones in my house are enormous, but this is what they look like, and they're really, really cool. But yeah, I kept a couple of them for a couple years. It just is really sad because they just don't live very long, but they're very, very pretty. They are large. Yeah. I mean, like a week or two ago on stream, I was talking about it because I could see it 20 feet away from me dropping from the ceiling, and it was like fat. She a fat bitch. Still 2 years too much? Oh man, tarantulas live up to 35. Oh my god, Rod, that's precious. BioShock and Why I Couldn't I Hate Racism on All Levels, and this game series referenced the hate so much. I mean, you get to like, yes, it's definitely like I brought that up. It's like a trigger warning. The vast amount of like overt racism and racist language and shit used in Infinite. The other two, not so much, but in Infinite, definitely. But it's like, it's a case of like, that's literally how it was at the time. And I feel like eliminating that portion of that time in history is like pretending it didn't happen a little bit. Like, I don't like it. I'm not out there reading a lot of the signs in the game because they are horrific and say some horrible things. But like, it's, you know, I don't know how else to put that. Like, it really happened. People were terrible, used terrible language, shit, said horrible things. Yeah, they don't glorify it. They really don't glorify it. Like, it's definitely the bad guys, you know what I'm saying? It is, it's gross. It's hard. It is hard to get through. I totally get it. It's easier on stream because we can literally talk about it while it's happening. Like, every time we come across a character or, like, some loudspeakers talking about the quote unquote, please excuse me, Orientals or something like that, we all cringe together. It's gross. But it did happen, you know? I kind of, like, I appreciate not shying away from the way it truly was. It's intentionally gross. Yeah, I think it's supposed to elicit feelings of, like, ick in your soul, I think, right? I would say the same, yeah. It's fucking gross. It's just fucking gross. But the game is beautiful, and I think they do. I don't know how to put this, but you understand what I'm saying when I say they do a really good job of portraying it. The Yeah, it's supposed to make you uncomfortable because it was. Like, it's gross. Like, we in the game, we were playing on Sunday. There's a part where you're actually going through the slave quarters, so if you were unaware, at least this was the thing in the US. I don't know if this was everywhere in the world where slavery was apparent, but we like big rich houses, they would have secret halls, basically just walking in the walls. Like, these halls were so narrow you'd have to walk sideways, but they created like doors to go into these walls so you wouldn't have to see your servants or whatever. And we go through them in the game. Like, it definitely it I don't know, they're very I wish I could think of a better word for it. They're like thorough. I feel like they're not using it as a gimmick. They're not using the racist language or the way racism was back then as a gimmick just to like just for shock value, you know? It definitely helps me kill the people a lot better. Yeah. It's cringe how much schools don't teach enough about that. I didn't realize until later that the Tulsa massacre they talked about in Watchmen was a real tragedy. Yeah. Honestly, if my mom wasn't such a hippie and hadn't like told us about that kind of stuff when we were younger, I don't think I would have known about it. Like, I definitely remember being really young and having this like sense that there is no racism anymore. And my mom would straight up, if I ever said anything like that, she'd be like, "Oh, no." You know? For all her faults, at least she's not completely fucking unaware of the world. They're accurate in the portrayal of the times, yeah. They're uncomfortably accurate, very much so, yeah. Not used as a way of shoving it in your face, but more as a way of kinda making you aware. Yes, very much so. Yeah, echoing the times. I mean, it really was that bad. I don't think school teaches very much anymore. I mean, I know a lot of teachers who agree, honestly, which is really sad. Schools don't teach that anymore because ours have been working to dismantle our public school system for decades on purpose. Yeah, they don't want they don't want smart people coming out. They want people that just go into like factory mindset. I remember all the stuff they talked about in Dude, Lovecraft Country was a great show, but fuck, it was hard to watch. Yeah. There's a few shows I've watched like that where you're just like, "Oh, I know I need to keep watching, but damn, does my soul ache at this right now?" Holy fucking shit. That was a good show, though. Yeah, they've been defunding education for 20 years. No child left behind, all children left behind. I will say this, the world's getting a bit better in that regard. I'm a 40-plus-year-old white dude, and my boss is a 19-year-old black man. I love how the world is growing. I agree with you. I don't know if that's my optimistic nature or whatever. I don't think I'm an awesome optimistic person. I think I'm kind of more of a realist, if not a pessimist. But I do think it's tiny fucking increments, but it's getting better. It just I feel like it should be a lot bigger increments and a lot faster. It's crazy how slow it is, you know? Just to not be a hateful chud. I love how they're like, "Public schools are failing." "Oh, you mean you're divesting of our public schools isn't working?" Weird. They should be ashamed. They won't even feed kids, let alone teach them. I couldn't make it through the first episode of The Boys because some of the really fucked up shit. It is yeah. The Boys gets I mean, it in my opinion, it mellows out. Or I got numb. It just becomes more about gore and less about, like, sexual assault and shit, but there's still some very overt racist, I mean, not, like, infinite overt racist tones, but, like, they definitely market A-Train as, you know, the black member of the 7, and they try to market his story as, like, growing up in the hood and learning he could run, all they do that kinda shit. I mean, it's racism, but what would you call that? It's just a different tone of it. Maybe more modern. They basically, like, economize him, I guess. You know, the comics are way worse. Facts. The comics are so much worse. Holy shit. Problem is the danger of a pendulum effect. What do you mean? I know what the pendulum effect but is, but what do you mean pertaining to that skew? The comic is amazing, but it is darker. Holy shit. If you couldn't make it through the show, do not go to the comic. Oh, holy hell is it worse. I mean, it's great. The comic's beautiful, but damn. Whoa, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, we have a couple videos to watch, and then we'll jump into the game. And then tomorrow, spider feeding? I got this whole bucket of big, fat, probably pregnant females ready to die. You serve a purpose. The circle of life is important. Little cows. Oh my god, that's so perfect. Seriously, it's Viata's birthday.
Yes. Perfection. Tokenization.
Tokenization. That would be a good general term for it. Yeah, they definitely do the tokenization stuff. I'm glad I'll be at work tomorrow. Come on. I mean, is it that bad to watch them through a screen? Knowing that, like, not only is there no such thing as a deadly tarantula in the world, but, like, they physically can't get you? Minor improvements in one direct oh, yes, very much so. Yep, yep, I get what you mean now with the pendulum effect, yeah. It's similar to, like, my mom talks about that, like, in terms of, like, her childhood and her history and, like, women's rights and women in general. She's like, "There was this generation of us where we were pissed off, we literally ripped our bras off, burnt them in the streets, like, stood up for our rights, da 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 da," and then the Audis came around, and it was, like, all of a sudden in the '90s, and it was, like, heroin chic and, oh, it's just right? All the time. Or the pendulum. Yeah. Cheers. What to expect. Wow. I mean, don't they wasn't there a law I think there was, like, some sort of, like, law or something for a long time where they had to blur out genitals in their actual porn, let alone in their anime, right? I'm into that shiny butthole. I'm very curious in that I'm curious about that character now. Molly, have you ever I mean, I'd never seen that before. That was fucking fantastic. Is that brand new? Talking about the apocalypse? Literally posted 22 hours ago. Yeah, brand fucking new. Ryan George is the account name for that, by the way. Stop. He is really fucking funny. If you were one of the Game of Thrones fans who, disacknowledges that last season because what the fuck? He has a video he makes actually I think he has a series of videos where they're like pitch meetings Essentially, you know, directors pitching their movies to the money people, and the one for the last season of Game of Thrones is fucking gold. It's incredible. It's everything I was screaming about in my head. He has muscles where you shouldn't have muscles, man. I love when they draw excessive muscles. It's my favorite. Totally doesn't ruin everyone's sense of self body image. I'm curious about the blonde who clearly has the bad back. Wait, wasn't that the one with the shiny butthole? Or are you talking about? Oh, you mean the peaches? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to watch Blue Eyed Samurai. You must. It's vital. Peaches. It doesn't make sense, but here we are. It doesn't. I mean, I can't even. I have no boobs, and golfing is a pain. Like the one time in my life where I kind of wish my boobs were even smaller is golfing. Imagine swinging a samurai sword with some just fucking monster titties. I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, anything's possible. Eric, and you haven't watched Blue Eyed Samurai. Peaches. You need to watch Blue Eyed Samurai. It's so good. Everybody needs to watch it. I'm all tied up. Monster titties. We just saw some monster titties, which allegedly is in this show called Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. There were some tiggle bitties. Tiggle motherfucking bitties. Have you never seen James and the Giant Peach? Peaches can be as big as your hate fills them. Or whatever. Something like that. Only need to watch the first episode to get some tiggle bitties. Oh, okay. You have. Okay. Yeah. He was the only good character, or at least not morally, at least morally not destroyed character. Yeah. Yeah. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. I usually think of the band Peaches, honestly. Are we in what category are we in right now? We're there. The sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me all the time like Blondie. One. That one. Peaches do come in a can. That's true. Why was Ringo the only redeemable character in that fucking show? Oh, I loved it. Well, I mean, if you mean redeemable, though, yeah. Mm, I mean, they all kind of grow. I see what you mean, though. But I like I like when people have flaws. Like, it makes them more relatable, I guess. No shit. Yeah, Zom 100 list of the bucket list of the dead. That was all the music we just listened to, and everybody like that sounded. It sounds pretty cool to me. What is it with anime having the best music? Like, why? Why? Meanwhile, we're out here with fucking like Marvel's 30 minutes of credits with some ominous like.
Fucking do something.
You're Disney. Dude, that One Punch was fucking dope. We actually who was it? Crispy. We were listening to lots of anime covers the other day. I'm trying to think. Oh, Jonathan Young. Jonathan Young does like an English cover of not One Punch. I think it was Chainsaw Man. Oh, you guys remind me, but it was really good. It was like really good. He did it so well. It was on like the beats were still on, you know what I mean? The syllables and everything. It was Chainsaw Man. Yeah, it was really well done. I was shocked. I was tentative to watch it because you with translations, you just never know. Like, but it's smooth. It's really well done. Titties. I agree. Titties are wonderful. Will suck all. Every nipple deserves a lick, consensually, of course. It's really good. Yeah, Jonathan. I'll just grab it for you. I don't even know if you're able to click a link right now, but at least you'll know the name. Getting used to this weird keyboard. Pause. Here you go, boo. Boom. It was on the brain. It's good. Like, you know how when you do a translation, like, obviously there's not as many, like, there's just different syllables and different intonations. Someone I think it was Mayo pointed it out in chat. Someone pointed out in chat, like, the flow of the original matches this English cover. Like, he does it. So all the syllables and all the flow of all the words still match up perfectly. It's really well done. Yeah, I was shocked because you know me, I'm a dubs man. They don't fix this. It's gonna be blinking for a second though, so I'm sorry about that. Um, no one time either. I just got obsessed with makeup videos on YouTube. That was it. One time I sneezed while doing the thing and lost an enormous. Oh my god! Ow! I can't even. Ow! I cannot imagine what that felt like. Mom had a lovely phrase for people that do that super long lashes thing. What is it? Spiders. Oh my god! Who would want lashes that long? You could scoop your peas up with them. That's amazing. I've heard about the heated eyelash curler. That feels bad. That feels like a bad idea. I wouldn't. Put something hot near your eye like that? It feels bad. I don't know, though. Okay, let's take a quick break. This is bothering me. My monitors are flashing at me real quick. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I think I figured it out. Somehow. I honestly don't know what happened. Like, I don't know how my dogs affected it. I know it's been happening because it happens every time they jump off the couch, but I think it's the rumbling of the ground knocks my HDMI loose. So I checked every single plug ever in the last getting to the PC doing the HDMI. I did it. Oh, we're back. It's ghosts. I'm the ghost. That's the thing. I'm haunted. Like, I have like these breakdowns about it, and other streamers will be like, no, it happens to me too. It happens to everybody. And I'm like, I don't know. I watch other streamers. I'm not 100% convinced of that. Like, just my existence makes technology be weird. I don't know. Maybe we are, dude. It could be a Matrix theory. We could just be walking ghosts. Who knows? I've watched movies like that. It's a really weird theory, and it fucks my brain up. We're haunted, right? It's the bruises. It's the everything. Yeah, I've had a week like where no matter I can't hold on to anything. Like I just keep dropping things, or I knock my hips into shit that has been there for quite some time. Like I know where that item is, but I don't know. I'm just having one of those weeks where I'm off, and it's driving me nuts. When I sit down at computers, they work. No shit. I had a moment one time where I was walking across my campus it was night. It was like 10:30 p.m. or whatever. Back when I was at school, I used to go work out at the like rec center gym thing at like 7:30 at night, and then walk home around 9. And it was pitch dark out, and there was like like street lamps, but they lined all the sidewalks, so you weren't walking in pitch dark no matter where you were on campus. It was relatively safe. And then on each light post was like, or on every like 3 light posts or whatever, there was a box where you could emergently call someone. And I fuck you not, I was walking down the sidewalk and the lights turned off as I walked under them. And I was like, what? This was when I had a MacBook. This was like before I knew. It was just the beginning. Just the beginning. Years, I mean, we all live in an existential crisis of just like knocking our hips into things and stuff. Like, I get that. The weird injuries I have that I can't explain. Does that get rid of the ghosts if we throw pots? I honestly don't have terrible balance unless I'm super fucking tired or whatever. COVID made my balance fucked. I was dizzy as hell. But it's not terrible, actually. It's mostly like my hands. Like I just like I'll go to, pick up something and then I just do that. And it drives me crazy. Sometimes that happens a lot. Or I'll set something down and something's under it and I don't realize it and that thing falls over. But it's not terrible, I don't think. No, I don't think so. I don't think I have terrible balance. I get dizzy every once in a while. I get lightheaded. I would say that. Like, that's a regular occurrence. If I'm like crouched down gardening or bent over doing something like cleaning the floors or something for a long period of time, I have to remember to coach myself to stand up slowly. Um, I just get really dizzy. Like I get really lightheaded. I don't 100 I used to say I've never 100% blacked out until very recently. Very recently I did. Like I had a moment where I felt like I was experiencing an earthquake and I couldn't see anything. It was really weird. But I just get really really lightheaded. My vision starts to go and so I have to stand up real slow, but everyone in my family has everyone on my mom's side has genetically really really low blood pressure, low heart rate, so do I, and I'm 6 feet tall. So I think like all that on top of itself, my heart just goes like log like takes a second to kick it. Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with my height. Yeah. I think that's I mean, my doctor has said that. My gyno said that. I've read that before. Like, tall people, it just tends to be something that happens. Oh my god, the movie Ghost. Does that mean we have to? Can we make pottery? Yeah, I don't think. I think I have an okay center of balance. Like, I'm just trying to think. Like, I mean, I do work out and stuff, but I don't think I have terrible. Just clumsy. I don't. I still haven't figured out where my hips begin and end or any of that. I knock my shoulders into shit a lot. It's just been there for a while, not a new item. But I think that's part of ADD walk. I'm just like tunnel vision to do something, so I just slam into shit on my way and then get upset about it. Like I have mysterious bruises a lot that I can't really explain, but I think it's that, you know? Or like if I'm on a mission, like yesterday, for instance, I spent most of my day cleaning because I haven't really had a chance to deep clean my house since before TwitchCon because we were sick. So I like deep clean the bathroom and the floors and the toilet and all that shit and all the floors in my house. And when I'm like vacuuming, I notice if I'm vacuuming the spot in front of me, but I'm already looking ahead at me at the 6 feet in front of the spot I'm doing, and I'm thinking about that spot. So like I'm subconsciously finishing this spot and I'm moving on, and I slammed my hip straight into a doorway, just like my whole leg. But I just kept going. I didn't even realize it. And then later that day, I was like, why does my hip hurt? And I had to kinda remind myself that I did that, but it's like in a moment of I'm doing shit. I don't know if that comes from playing sports or working in medicine, I don't know. I don't stop for my own welfare, it's terrible. I do not fasten my own oxygen mask first, you know what I'm saying? Wait, no? Puzzmo? No, daily ooh, Imma write that down. I do love me some puzzles, like, no jokes aside, I do love puzzles. I do puzzles. People make jokes. I mean, I do puzzles, like, that's a funny joke. But I've seen memes and shit, like or people will make comments like, I'm trying to think of an example, like, "Oh, they look like they're the type of person that, like, did puzzles before COVID." And I'm like, "I fucking love puzzles, but I grew up without cable." We had, like, our table that we ate at, and then we had this huge fancy dining room table that's been just, like, passed down to my family or some shit that was in this fancy what my parents are rich, don't worry about it. Fancy dining room, and that table, the big fancy table, would always have a puzzle on it, like, just strewn the fuck over it, and whenever we were bored, we would sit down and work on it a little bit and then stand up and move on. I fucking love puzzles. Yes, 15 minutes. Hold on, I have a bowl packed, we're good. Puzzmo. Puzzmo, right? Puzzmo. You know, way back in I can't even remember if this was when I was, like, maybe early high school? It was a long time ago, but there was a website, and I think I might have found it via Reddit or something, because of course I was on Reddit way back in the day, or something like that. So whatever, even if Reddit didn't exist, some website like Reddit. And it was a website, it was called Puzzle Pirates, and I was so obsessed with this. It was like an online, like an MMO kind of thing. Like you played with other people, but essentially it was a pirate ship full of pirates, and you had to collect resources and shit and go out on the seas and pillage ships. But the pillaging would initiate mini games and mini puzzles, and a lot of the time it was like mini games of Tetris or like just like puzzles, block puzzles like that, and they were legitimately they got more and more difficult. I was obsessed. Did anybody else? And then it went pay for play, and then they suddenly I just stopped playing because I was a child. But like it was amazing. What up, Hev? I hope you're doing well, honeybean. Oh, you solve. Oh, I want to try to solve the puzzle to get access. If I can't solve it, I'll hit you up. Deal. I'll try to. I love that idea. Like that's kind of genius. The idea of having to solve a puzzle to get into the website. I kind of dig that. I want to try that first. But then if I don't get in, dude, I was talking about this the other day, David. But like, this was. I'm pretty sure it was for BioShock Infinite. Pretty positive. But I don't remember how I found this, but there was a website and it was like beyondthesea.com or something like that. And you would go to this website. This was before Infinite came out and before BioShock 2 or after BioShock 2 had been released. Nothing had been mentioned about Infinite. Nothing, no new news or anything like that. But this website popped up and I don't remember why I found it, how I found it, or anything. But when you went to it, it was essentially, it looked like a point and click kind of like find items in a room kind of game. Like the website itself, like the browser would open up and it looked like the inside of like a ship cabin. I don't remember if that's what it was or if it was, oh, actually it might have been a room in a lighthouse. I just remember the windows, you could see the ocean outside. And every like X amount of time. There wasn't a set amount of time it would happen. It was just like you had to go check this website every day, but eventually something new would be added. Like, but it would be so subtle. So at first, when you went to the website, it would just be like you would hear the creaking of like old wood or something like a ship or a lighthouse or something. And you'd hear the storm outside, and then all of a sudden, when you went, there was a radio and it was playing music, like the just one day. And all of these were like little clues and little puzzles leading up to Infinite. It was amazing. I miss shit like that so much. It was I just remember I would literally check it, like, multiple times a day sometimes. It was incredible. Incredible. Oh my god. The damn wait. What up, Vile? How are you? Welcome back! I just had to fix my computer. Something happened, I don't know what happened, but the game's doing a little, like, "We didn't shut down well." Oh, wait. It just booted straight back into the store. Oh, so it didn't even shut the game down. That's kinda nice. It was just the HDMI cord. It shouldn't fuck with the game, right? I'm so glad y'all like Starfield. It's like I feel so bad when a game is gonna come out and, like, a ton of my friends are super hype about it, and then it releases and it's shit. And universally, like, all of my friends hate it as well. The people looking forward to it hate it. I sent my empathy. I want a hug. I wanna give you a hug. That shit sucks. Me too, David. It was so like I just oh man, the anticipation. Cuz you knew it was BioShock. Like I don't know, I wish I could remember why I found out about this website. But you knew it had to do with BioShock. So like we kind of had an idea that something was going to be released, but like that anticipation, the excitement when it finally was amazing. Oh, David, I pulled this out earlier today. I don't know if you got to see. I actually found my special edition of the game from way back in the day. I don't remember. How old is this one? The first one was 2007, I want to say. 2007, 2008. Third one, or was it? This one's 2013? Wow. 10 years. Damn. I've pulled this too many at home. Yeah, 2012, 2013. There you go. Yep. It's kind of cool though. It's nostalgia bound. It's just like the game and an art book. The art book though I saw had spoilers for the game, so I didn't want to. I'm not. We'll flip through more of it when we're done. But I was like, thankfully, I did not flip to a spoiler. But I turned it towards myself. Next page, new enemy none of us have seen yet. I was like, ah, fuck, no more. But these I love this kind of stuff. It just gives me nostalgia and happy feels, you know. I like Starfield, but BG3 is my game of the year. BG3 is fucking great. I've been very much into watching people play BG3 lately, like seeing all the different There's the game. Okay, the game just went. There's my okay, my thing's back. Um, I'll let the song stop and we can cheers because like how many minutes? It's 6 minutes. I'll pre-cheers just in case. Dude, Eliza, have you like you've probably restarted the game a million times like myself, maybe? I restarted so many times because like I started with one class and then as I was playing with the other characters, like I would be like, oh, maybe I want to try a warlock. Or maybe I want to try a like I'd see other players, other characters use their powers, and I'm like, I want to do that. Like a druid or something. I started so many games, but I've really been into watching other people play because there's so much more dialogue. There's so much dialogue that I don't think I have enough hours in my life to get it all in my own game, you know? Cries in Final Fantasy. Wait, why? I remember playing when I was super unemployed right after Cartoon College. Oh, I love that. I wish I could remember if I played it on that box is for 360, Xbox 360. I don't remember if I actually played it or not though. Or if I just played it on PC, I can't. 2013. No, I didn't have a PC by then. I definitely played on 360, but I don't think I played mine because it was untouched. It was literally there was sealed shit in there. Yesterday, I remember a time when like the load it actually took long enough for a game to load that you could read the load screens, but games load so damn fast these days that like the checkpoint symbol and shit is like beep, beep. It's like a beep, you know, the saddest little blip on the screen that you never ever see. I know they're the best. Bless them. You know what's crazy? Every time it happens that I'm like looking for a load screen or a checkpoint and I get annoyed by it, I can remember building my very, very first PC, which I called my Skyrim machine. Hello, Bubba. I remember building my first PC, and the guy I was dating at the time helped me because he was an engineering major and big nerd, and he was very smart. And I think I had all I had had before that point was like a little MacBook, and it took a good few minutes to start up. Usually you would hit power on the MacBook and then go do something, and by the time you came back, it'd be done loading up. Know what I'm saying? And he was like, "All right, are you ready for this?" And hit power on the computer, and it took all of a few seconds, and the computer was on, and the desktop was up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" That was my first SSD. It was fucking magical. I didn't think. I mean, I literally thought it was a joke. I remember looking at it and being like, something's got to be wrong. Nothing loads that fast. Nothing. What is this SSD hot fucking garbage magic? Amazing. Amazing. I take it so for granted these days, though. I mean, this was, almost 10 years ago. 8, 9 years ago was the first one I ever built. So it wasn't, the top of the line. But man, I remember having my fucking brain blown. I didn't know. I had no idea a computer could be that fast. Growing up, with like the base, cheapest stock HP you possibly can get, because bless my parents, they needed a computer, but we were poor. So, like, I'm glad we had something as opposed to nothing. But that shit literally could take, I mean, I could hit power on the PC tower and go take a shower, and sometimes it would still be trying to load itself. I mean, it was crazy. And to go from that to just like power, pop, desktop. Whoa, wild. And now I'm like, it's been 5 seconds. Are you broken? What's wrong? you know, just spoiled. We're spoiled, huh, my baby boy? Are you excited to go outside and play? Oh, or just have a snuggle. I'm spiritually cheersing with y'all, but I don't smoke on my dog because that seems cruel. Some games load fast, absolutely not all of them. True, not all of them. I haven't played like a AAA like new release in quite some bit, but I haven't run into a game that has like crazy load times in a really long time though. Loading up the game, like getting the game to start initially, maybe, but the load times themselves, like I remember playing Skyrim on an Xbox 360 and you remember it would be like a statue or it would be some asset, a game asset, like just a really cool out of place game asset kind of slowly spinning in space in slow motion and you could sit there and zoom in on it or you could spin it faster with your mouse and then it would slowly kind of it would like I don't know what you would say. It had rotating messages, like little tips for in game and stuff like that. And I would sit there and just, put my controller down and listen to the Skyrim music and like spin that thing around. Like that'll never exist again because we don't need it. Like, does that exist in anything anymore? Because even consoles are so damn fast these days. I don't know. Back in the day, they used to make load screens interactable because we were stuck in them for so long, which is weird. You'd think that making them less interactable would make it so we could load in faster. Hmm. Very, very curious. Might be onto something, Mayo. Might be onto something. Consoles have SSDs now too. There you go. Yeah, they're all so fast. I miss when I knew a game was gonna crash because it hangs. Now my screen just goes to desktop instantly, and I'm like, what? What? Just same. You're just like, is it me? Was it you? Home stuff. And why? Like, what do I blow on now? You get it, bub. Yeah, you clean it for me. You get it. What's that? Oh, that's not as good as mom's chapstick. I know. You're the best. He's like, it's time, Mom. It really, I hate this daylight shit. It gets dark so fucking early, literally by 4:30. Dark. Just completely. At least I have my scary black dog. No one will get me with you, right, bud? I don't know. I probably run. You're too sweet. You are so dark. It's crazy. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Sometimes I can get him to howl with me. He really is a very, very sweet doggo. I love Oblivion for that. My ex found a way to customize and add little tips and sayings. So, oh my God, that would have been precious. I didn't know you could customize them. Oblivion was a great game, though. I know every part and parcel inside my PC, including some of the capacitor names in case I need to replace one. I know that now. Like, that's why I build my PCs. I learned via my parents' mistakes. You know what I'm saying? David, I actually found the coolest thing. I was trying to find them like a light up, like just a vest or something, with reflectors on it, just because it does get dark and I'm scared of them getting hit or something. But I found it's basically like a charm. That's what I would say. It's like a charm that goes on their collar, and it's like this big. It's probably the size of like a ping pong ball or like a golf ball, and it's like kind of like firm but gooey rubber, and you squeeze it once and click it, and it turns into a glowy ball. But it's like under their chin, so it doesn't blind them, but it like illuminates the entire path in front of them. So they're like my little reindeer. They're my Rudolphs. So they each have a little, and then as they're walking in front of me, they illuminate so I can see the sidewalk. It's amazing. They're amazing. I love them. But it keeps us both safe so we're not like tripping or walking into yards and shit like that. And I got them on a whim on Amazon or something like that because I was worried about that at nighttime before I could find some sort of reflector vest, and they just work so perfectly. And the dogs seem not to mind them, although they do want to eat them. They do want to eat them. Oh, wow, I feel that. I mean, honestly, I could literally live with Zelda and I wouldn't feel like I get enough snuggles. She could break all my things and shit on all my pillows, and I'd be like, "That's okay. You're a perfect baby girl. You're a perfect queen. I love you." They're not. How would I? They're not like a neon light like under a car. The ball, like the rubber ball that encases the LED or whatever the fuck is inside of it. It's like foggy, like I don't know another word to describe it. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of opaque almost. It's not clear. It's like this opaque white. So it's a very dimmed down light, but it's perfect for emitting light all over the sidewalk underneath them. It reminds me of those lights that people put under their little speedy cars that like just light up the road under them. It just lights up under their bellies, like under their chin. You can see their shadow. It's like a nightlight. Yeah, it just has a really soft glow, but it's dispersed really wide. I don't know how to explain that. You would think for how much it actually gives on the ground, like how much I can see via these little glowy balls, that it would be a lot brighter than it is, but it's not too bad. Diffuse, is that the word? Oh, she probably missed the fuck out of you. You're her man. I wanna get him vests really bad, David. That's honestly, I'm gonna look on Black Friday. That's one of the things on my list. By the way, make your Black Friday list. If you know, you don't have to buy into the holiday to take advantage of the sales because there can be some pretty dang sales out there, so take advantage of it if you can. But yeah, that's I wanna get them nice something because they are really big. Like, there's that little light on their chest, but from their chest to their ass, I mean, it's at least 2.5, if not, like, 3 feet, you know? That's a lot of them not lit up. A little vest would be precious. Bill would love it. I don't know. Would you love some clothes? Do you wanna be pretty princess? I am a pretty princess, mom. Hi, bud. Now they're on it. You neon modded your dogs like a Toyota Supra. I did. I totes did. But if it keeps them alive, I'm cool with it. I wouldn't, like, put them in traffic that way. Vissy, honestly, it doesn't for me because my golden was huge. I couldn't pick my golden retriever up. Link, I couldn't pick him up if I wanted to, whereas I can pick these guys up. So just the fact that they got these big old jeans plus the golden jeans does not shock. Like they're it's I feel like there's got to be more than one kind of golden, like an English golden and American or something, cuz Link was huge. Literally like I said, I could not pick him up. He was too heavy. And he wasn't obese. He was perfect. He was so healthy. Um but I've seen goldens that are like real petite and rounder, I want to say. Like, Link had, like, a really nice, like, kinda that dart nose, you know? Kinda like these guys, but I've seen some that have a rounder nose, and they're a lot smaller, but I don't know. No shit, he's do you know how much he weighs now? Ooh, the Steam Autumn sale just kicked off, and I'm thinking of picking up the entire Assassin's Creed franchise for $100. Do it. I've only played 2 of them, and I have, the not remastered version of, Black Flag, and I'm real excited to play it. The shanties alone will get me. Like 85. Yeah, I couldn't do that. That'd break your back. Don't do that. Goldens are perfect babies from God or from wherever things come from that are perfect. I don't know. The earth. Uh, where'd you come from? Oh, I'm sure he hates it. These guys love getting picked up. Okay, now they're starting to fight. I got to find someone to raid before I lose my computer to my dogs. Thank you all for hanging out today. This game's fantastic and you're fantastic. Just as a reminder. So, what's today? Today's Tuesday. So tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to have happy tarantulas giving. We're going to feed these to those all day. We're thrilled. They're thrilled. I'll gut load them. It's gonna be fucking gross, but I'm excited. It's also Viata's birthday, so don't forget to, you know, just say hi before we do spiders, so I can fucking sing to you before the spiders are out, because that'll suck. But spider feeding tomorrow, which will be super fun, and then on Thursday it's Thanksgiving, right? I just want to double check. Hand turkeys, as per the custom. We've done this for a couple years now, and it's been pretty fun. It turns out just stupid fun, like ridiculous every year. If you got nothing to do and you got a piece of paper and a pen, come hang out. Ridiculous ensues. Ridiculousness. And then I'm trying to figure out if I can, I don't know, cook something while we're doing hand turkeys. Like, most of the cooking is just leaving it in an oven and doing nothing for hours. So then hand turkey time. I don't know. Try to make something. Something. Like just one fun, unique, side item. Like I was thinking of making like rolls from scratch. Like yeasty bread rolls from scratch. Something like that. Something fun. Right, Bill? We'll figure something out. We'll brainwash that. We'll brainwash that tonight. Hashtag not a cult. Jesus fuck. Turkey rolls, man. That sounds like a leftover delicious thing. I love food. I'll think of something. Or I thought about making like a fancy macaroni and cheese bake. I feel like I did that last year though. Did I do a giant thing of macaroni and cheese, like a mac and cheese bake last year? I feel like I did. That sounds really familiar. So I got to do something different. I'll figure out something. It'll be fun. But hand turkeys, if you don't know what a hand turkey is, for one reason or another, in the United States of America, in like preschool, elementary school, oftentimes around the holidays, teachers have us make art gifts for our parents, and a really frequent one around Thanksgiving is to trace your hand on a piece of paper, and then when you pick your hand up, if you look at it, it's loosely a turkey, right? This is the head, yeah, and then you like decorate it in noodles or your sister's hair or whatever the fuck you wanted to, I don't know, whatever you want it to be, but it's fun, you know? And it doesn't celebrate the genocide of a people, which is some fucked up shit. Ooh, turkey, dude, what would oh, you got my brain going. I'm gonna figure it out. I mean, I'm not here to judge toenails, your sister's hair. Maybe your mom saved your belly button when it fell out. Like, to each their own. Okay, my dogs, they're here. I gotta go walk my dogs. I'm gonna raid Dan because Viata pointed out he's live, and I fucking love domestic Dan. Speaking of someone who I'm not sure if he's gonna be cooking on the day because he does have family stuff, but my friend domestic Dan, if you didn't know, avid RPer, also quite the cook. Like, I don't know the difference between a chef and a cook. He's never been to school for cooking shit, but he's like a really fucking good cook, and that's basically what he based his channel on, how he grew his channel, and I bet he'll be cooking something interesting around thanks to the motherfucking giving, so check him out. Yeah, tomorrow on camera, very up close, feeding lots of tarantulas. If you'd like to swing by and learn about spiders, I am a big nerd for them, and I will probably be puking knowledge about them all fucking day. If not, swing by Thursday for hand turkeys. If not, and you're going to be out of town for the holiday, be safe. Drive only when you must, because the traffic and the drunk driving and all that is just ridiculous. And eat yourself until you're sleepy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh. Maybe. If the raid works, I'll kill you. Don't. Dan used to be shadow banned. Oh my god. We're fine.